Ooh. Well, g'day curd nerds. G'day curd nerds. Well, 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 g'day curd nerds, welcome back. It's lovely to see everybody again. This is us, the Cheeseman, episode 376. Lots of people in the chat today. We're having a bit of a chitty chat about all sorts of things this morning. So, very cool. Now, one thing I wanted to mention was a big thank you to all of the YouTube members who support the show financially on a monthly basis. There are some new ones. They were from last stream, but thank you so much to Jill and John, Marcus, Primal Muffin, Shady Hill Homestead, and Scotty Orange. And of course, let's not forget our patrons as well. We have many. So the last few were Mari and Amy, Whitney, Persnickety, and Fallon. I think that's how you say it. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show financially. Without it, the show wouldn't go on. So, we are here, and the Curd Nerd Light is hot and ready. So, I love the Curd Nerd Light. So cool. One of the best things I ever made, I think. But yeah, we have a few things for the show today. We have a gallery at 30 minutes past the hour, so stick around for that. And we have lots of lively chat. There's a few questions already. But if you have some questions, don't forget to throw them in the chat. And if you could put like 3 Qs in front of the question, it makes it a little bit easier for me to see. So please do that. What's been going on the cheese front? Well, the marinated goat's cheese absolutely looks amazing. I'm filming the taste test today. I'll have the studio all set up. I've got my camera all ready up the back there to do a little taste test, and then I'll put that all together and we'll have the recipe and everything. It tastes, well, I don't know what it tastes like, but I have tasted the virgin cheese without the marinade, and I tell you what, it tastes amazing. So yeah, really good. Cool lights are nice, but you can't eat them. No, you can't eat them. You're right. Now, we do have a question. We have some questions already. So let's get into them. But before we do, let's say g'day to a few people. Merv was the first person to say g'day this morning. G'day, Merv. And then we had Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Just down the road from me. And Diesel Gravy. We've got Fiona, and what else we got? The Wrench Reviews. We've got Cool Cat, Ali Moore, and Donna. Hello, Donna. Lovely to see you. And I think that's about it. Who's jumped into the chat? So we've got some commentary about YouTube now. I did mention that only the handles are showing up. And there is a theory there. Where's the theory from the Wrench Reviews? Here it is. Who says, I think YouTube will only display handles if you are subscribed to YouTube Prime. They try to force everything. It's not what it was, sadly. I'm a YouTube Premium member, and my name's still coming up as the handle. So I think that theory's not working. So, yeah. I'm not sure. YouTube are focusing on shorts, Merv, and the long form videos. Yeah, look, mine don't do as well as they used to, that's for sure. I'm lucky if I crack 10,000 views now. And I don't know if it's people have had enough of the format or what have you, but you know, just to see how many people watch the live streams on a Sunday morning Just goes to show that there still is a lot of interest for home cheese making. So, yeah, I don't think the videos get the spotlights they deserve. So, it is what it is. Now, Merv did have a question. I've just got to go and find it. Where the heck is it? He says, do you have another channel for posting garden-related stuff? Kind of do. It's called the Gavin and Kim channel. Can I bring it up? Let's have a look. And I'll show you. YouTube. Gavin and Kim. Yep. Right. So, second monitor. How do I do that? I've forgotten already. There we go. So this is the Gavin and Kim channel. So it's at Gavin and Kim. And I can put the link in the into the chat if I can bloody find it. Where did I put the chat? Gav, where's the chat? There it is. Right, so there's the link to the Gavin and Kim channel. And yeah, we do post gardening stuff there. I haven't done stuff for a while actually. So it's been over 11 months since I actually posted a video on that channel. Yeah, the back injury kind of threw the spanner in the works. I was going hot there for a while, and then kind of gone cold again. A little bit the same on this channel. The only thing I really do been posting lately is on the gaming channel, because I'm kind of I can sit down. I can't stand up and do stuff, but yeah. So that's where all that stuff is. Yeah, if you're looking for it. So yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. All right, so another question. Merv's somebody's got a question. Where is it? Fiona has a question. Says, I cut open my Tom Umark, which has been vacuum sealed. It's very boozy. Do you think it might dissipate if left out of the vac seal bag for a bit? Yeah, pop it into a ripening box, put it back in the cheese cave. Turn it every few days, Fiona, I think. Maybe just put the lid on just a little bit, slightly, don't clip it down, put it slightly to the side. Yeah, weird. So it should evaporate some of the alcohol if it smells a bit boozy still. So that's my thoughts. That's what I do. Don't leave it out on the side. It's getting a little bit too warm in the southern hemisphere to put it out on the side. You'll get all sorts of bacterial and yeasts and all sorts of stuff. So back in the cheese cave and protect it as much as you can, but let it air a bit, get a bit of air circulation around it, and a lot of the alcohol will come off it if some there. Hope that answers your question. Let's have a look. I think we have shout out to Merv for doing Movember. Here in Australia, I don't know if anybody else, other countries do it, but in Australia it's a bit of a thing. Movember is to promote men's health awareness. So people grow a moustache. Get it? A moustache. Anyway, people grow a moustache, or men do anyway. I don't know. Women can grow one too if they want to. You can do anything these days. So, yeah, Movember, and I think people sponsor them as well, and the money goes to men's health charities and stuff like that. So, well done, you Merv. Good on you, buddy. Got some other people that I didn't mention. Carolyn Millard, g'day, how are you? We've got Donna. Who else we got there? We got Mari Mitchell coming in as well. We got Jennifer, the milk slinger. Lovely to see you again. Gian Rock. Who else we got? Katarina, good morning. Long time no see. Very cool indeed to have these people. Now, what else? We got some other cheesy stuff going on. Ali says, I'm just cracking into a fresh kafili here and some halloumi on toast for supper. Oh, that would be fantastic. Carolyn says, my name comes up weird and I'm a premium member. Gav, what about a cheese I can make today and ready in a couple of weeks? Okay, so good question. So there's a couple of choices. You could do, if you want a hard Italian cheese, then go for Guido's cheese. That'll be ready in 3 weeks, and if you age it a bit longer, it tastes a little bit stronger, which is great. Seeing it's November, yeah. So Guido's hard Italian cheese, that'll be ready before Christmas. You can make the what else? Kafili, of course. That's already come up in the chat. Kafili's ready in 3 weeks. You can stretch it out to, if you vac pack it, then after it's ready and put it in the normal kitchen fridge, then it won't mature any further and it'll be perfect for Christmas. You could even get away with a camembert right now. Camemberts will be ready for Christmas if you make some of those. I think that's about it, really. No, there's heaps. Even the marinated goat's cheese that I'm doing the taste test for today, would absolutely be perfect. What else? Any of the soft cheeses, you could do any of those. They'll all be ready. A nice Christmas treat would be. Can I get it up on the screen? Can I search for it? Let's have a look. Second monitor. Yeah, Gav, what I'm looking for. Christmas. There's a few Christmassy things you could do. So you can make this Christmas fruitcake cheese, which is there on the screen. I'll just grab the link to that. Sharing into the chat. So that's Christmas fruitcake cheese. There's a Christmas message. What am I, the Queen, the King? There's a cheese ball one. Where is that? I did a newsletter on it the other day. Cheese balls. There we go. Festive fromage, 5 cheese balls. So you just make French cream cheese, and then I put all these recipes together for cheese balls. So go and check that one out. So this is the cheese balls. And that, well, obviously they'll be ready the day before Christmas. So yeah, so that's some interesting ones that you can make very quickly. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yeah, cool. What else we got? So yeah, Jennifer is lucky to have raw milk to make all her lovely cheeses. Carolyn says, wondering about my camemberts with your recipe. They are very oozy after 5 weeks. How can I get a bit more time for each wheel? Okay, so the only way to slow them down, so make sure that when, in the cheese cave at 13, maybe a little bit less, down to 10 if you can, for the first 2 weeks, and that slows down the ripening process. And then once you wrap them after they've got their coating, the best way then to store them is, once they've got their white mold all over, wrap them in the cheese wrap, and then put them into the kitchen fridge for the last 2 to 3 or 4, whatever weeks, right? Then they won't go as oozy. Another method is to use the stabilized paste method for your camemberts, Carolyn, and you can do that if you follow my recipe. What did I call it? Fake camembert or something? Fake camembert. Yeah, okay. So where's the thing? So over on the channel. So fake camembert, which is stabilized paste, washed curd, bloomy rind, so it is absolutely delicious, but it doesn't go oozy like a normal camembert would. This is lots of the store-bought camemberts that don't come from France are stabilised paste. They'll go soft in the middle, and they'll taste like a camembert, but they won't go oozy runny like a raw milk camembert would. And I'll grab the link for you here. This is the best one to make if you want to store it for long term. It'll last a lot longer. So where is it? So this is stabilised paste camembert. So many links today. There you go. So go and check that one out, and that'll help you out no end. So you get less ooziness with any of your camemberts. So hope that helps. Next week, next question. Do we have a question? We have another question. Robin Tate, how are you? Great to see that the cheesiness is on. The cheesiness is always going. Jennifer says, I don't know if you're already set up, but what cheeses are you working on right now? What's new in the cheese cave? Yeah, so the cheese I'm working on at the moment is the marinated goat's cheese. Let's see if I can get a picture of it up. I don't know if I did any happy snaps. Let me find it. 2 seconds, my curd nerd friends. Marinated goat's cheese. Did I do some happy snaps? Oh yeah, there it is. That's the one. Okay, so moving to the second monitor now. And can I? Fingers, Gav. Right, there we go. So that's what I'm working on. It's not marinated feta. It's marinated goat's cheese. Looks very similar to a cheese we have here down under from the Meredith Dairy, which is just down the road from us. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's the video I'm working on at the moment. It's taken a little bit of time because now I don't release any cheese making videos until I've tasted the cheese and I've got the final verdict, which is why the cheese videos have dramatically slowed down on the channel. Yeah, so that's what we're working on at the moment. I do have another photo. Where is it? Of me pouring the oil in. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. And I have them in the fridge at the moment, and they have not gone cloudy. They look fantastic as far as presentation goes as well. And I'm even going to have some of these. See these little these jars are made from PET, recycled plastic. And I managed to get my hands on a whole bunch of them, so they're going to be available on the store for anybody who wants to buy them as well. So I'll have these little 300ml swing lid PET jars, which is so easy to sanitize with Star Sand, so that's what I used. And yeah, they look absolutely amazing, so there we go. I love it. Alright, I don't know why all these other photos have come up on videos. Let's just close that down. As everybody else's. Goodness me. Okay, right. So we'll just close that one. How many of these have I got open? All right, cool. All right. I didn't want to wreck the gallery. That's all. All right. Patricia, welcome. Questions. We got some more questions. That Christmas cheese is awesome. I can vouch for it. I make it often. Oh, hang on. I want me full head, not half a head. You can always look at me wallpaper on your computer all day if you want, but but no, maybe not. Ali says that Christmas cheese is awesome. I can vouch for it. I make it often. Yeah, it's a nice boozy one too. You know, you can always leave out the alcohol for that Christmas cheese, but I find it's just no. Most of the alcohol's dissipate. It's just the flavour left behind. Okay, Robin says, with camemberts, which side of the wrapping goes next to the cheese? Good question. Not very often asked. It's the dull side, not the shiny side. Shiny side goes on the outside. The dull side, which is actually paper, stays on the cheese. Doesn't stick to it, but it absorbs some of the moisture and then allows the cheese to breathe through the plastic side on the other side. So when you wrap a camembert, always use the dull side, not the shiny side of the paper. It works like a treat. Okay, another question from Ali says, Gav, can I make camembert like cheese that's a little firmer so I can put it into charcuterie? Indeed, that's what the stabilised paste camembert is all about. So yeah, it will be firmer. It doesn't go oozy when it gets warm at room temperature. But it is soft, right? The Penicillium candidum and Geotrichum still act on the paste. It's just a little bit firmer, and the shelf life is a lot longer than, say, raw milk camembert or the traditional style camembert recipe that I've way back when I first started the channel. But yeah, stabilised paste, I can totally vouch for that. Okay. What's it? Siphon? What? Schieferen Flower Child. Great handle. I'm finally able to watch a live stream. Greetings from Canada. I have an inquiry. Can a wine cooler be used as a cheese fridge? Well, very, very good question. I have a new cheese fridge. It's not ready to be revealed yet because it's not in its special place. It's not plugged in. I bought it. I have bought a wine fridge. So if that's what you mean by a wine cooler, it is proper refrigerated. It's not. It doesn't use the Peltier effect or Peltier effect. So proper refrigerator wine fridge. It's got two sections that can be independently have different temperatures. So the top or bottom doesn't matter which you choose. So if I want to make bloomy rind cheeses, I can put them into the top section where I can adjust the temperature down to as low as 5 degrees and all the way up to 18 if I wish, and the same as the bottom section. It's got a glass front door so I can actually see my cheeses. I haven't been able to see them, and if I don't see them I kind of neglect them. That's always very wrong. So yes, a wine cooler can be used as long as the temperature can be set to at least a range between 7 Celsius all the way up to 13. I wouldn't go much higher than that. Unless, say, you're making, and it's very specific, if you're making something like Jarlsberg and you're trying to get a temperature between 16 and 18 to make the eyes grow. Yeah, look, it's up to you. Kim lashed out. She bought it for me because, you know, I've been making cheese all these years and didn't have a flash cheese fridge. It cost me an arm and a bloody leg. It's $700 Australian or something. Certainly not cheap. But she bought it because she wanted to spend some of her pension money on me, and I went, honey, that's what love is. It's all about. Love is a new cheese fridge, apparently. So, yeah, so that's all good fun. So there will be a big reveal on the cheese fridge once it's in place and has some cheese in it. So yeah, also a good incentive for me now that I won't have to bend over to clean it. It's a 1200 millimeters high, so yeah, it's a decent size. It comes up to the top of my chest, so I don't have to bend over to use it and all that sort of stuff. So adapting for old age, which is a good thing. There you go. Hopefully I've answered your question. Those cheese videos just pipeline. Okay, yep. Donna has a question. Says, have you tried using truffle salt in any quick cheeses? I love those especially for the holidays. No, I haven't. And there's no reason why you couldn't. The fresh cheeses, when you salt them, you can salt them with anything. They're only going to last between 7 and 14 days in the fridge anyway, before they may get some mould on them. So, Donna, I don't think that's any hassle at all. Probably tastes amazing as well. I don't have any truffle salt. I'll have to get my hands on some. Okay, Flip Flop, welcome. Gavin, why do my vacuum-aged cheddars sometimes get a slight sour taste at 5 to 6 months? There tends to be a little whey that comes out after a few months after the vacuum pack. Okay, so a sour taste would mean over-acidification, and that only happens when you don't salt the cheeses enough. So the rule of thumb for cheddars, or that cheddar style, is between 2 and 2.5% salt per weight of curd. So if you're just using the yield of milk can be very variable depending on the breed of cow and where you get your source of milk from. If you're using raw milk, you get a huge yield. If you use supermarket milk, pasteurized, homogenized milk, it's been standardized down to between 3.2 and 3.5% fat. And you'll only probably get about a 9 to 10% yield. However, if you use Jersey milk, and you can buy some of that sometimes, you'll get a yield of over 12%. So it depends on the milk you're using. So if you don't salt it enough, what's going to happen is that as it ages, it'll tend to become bitter and sour if you haven't got the right percentage of salt. So if you're just going off the standard recipe where I say use 2 tablespoons of salt, and you've got more curds than what I would normally expect if I was using the milk that I specify in the recipe, then you're going to run into troubles. So make sure that you weigh the curds before you salt it, okay? And then make sure that you add at least 2% salt per weight of curd, up to, depends on how salty you like the taste of the cheese as well, up to 2.5. I wouldn't go any higher than that. It tends to be too salty and you can run into other complications. So definitely make sure you're weighing the curds before you salt them, especially for those cheddary or longer aged cheeses. So I hope that helps. Robin says, thanks for explaining the camembert wrapping. No problems at all. When I send mine out, that I get it in bulk and then I wrap it up and put them into 10 packs. I have a sticker on there that says shiny side out. That's not all the explanation I need, I suppose. Jennifer says, can't wait to hear about the fridge. Cool, yeah, me too. That'll be fun. Flip Flop says, my wax cheddars don't have this problem. Okay, so that leads me to another issue, that with vacuum packing for really long aged cheeses, you got to remember that there's some atmospheric pressure working on your cheese due to putting the cheese in a vacuum. So it will tend to squeeze the cheese over time, even longer, if it doesn't produce any gas, and you can get some whey that comes out. So that will also happen. Okay, so moving right along. A question from Jennifer says, what do you recommend that Jarlsberg Swiss cheeses always be a washed curd cheese for proper eye development? Do you recommend that? They don't have to be. So it's just that the propionic shamani culture that you add in for eye development doesn't like a high acidic cheese. You could try a higher acid cheese like you could even do a Colby, which is also a washed curd cheese, mind you, but is higher in acid than those Swiss and Jarlsberg types. Or you could even try a stir curd cheddar and put some propionic shamani in that, Jennifer, and I know that will work. I've seen it happen. Yeah, so they don't always have to be. It's just that they're lower in acid, that's all. Okay, so that is the gallery. So let's get into that. Before we start, though, the gallery is brought to you by You the Curd Nerds, and you send in photos every week, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for all those people that do. When you have an awesome cheese or have a cheese issue, it's always great. Yeah, so let's get into that. Let's have a look. Where is it? Gavler. Right, there we go. There's that, and I want the narrative around it. Okay, so is this right? No, that's not the right one. There we go. That's the start. Right, so this is from the House of Provel, and I don't have their name because I never put it into the bloody email. So remember last week somebody was talking about Provel cheese. Now, if they're in the chat, that's fantastic. Jump in and say g'day, because I got your email. So they're talking about Provel cheese, and it's around St. Louis in the USA, and apparently it's a very regional cheese. So Provel is spelled Provel. Provel. So I'll just read out the blurb here. It says, the Provel cheese is traditional cheese made with white cheddar, provolone, and Swiss or Emmental, but you can use any combination of a good melting cheese. However, if you want your Provel to be that traditionally milky white colour, you want to avoid using yellow or orange coloured cheeses. The flavour notes for Provel are salty, creamy, a little smoky, a little sharp. Hit those notes and then you have Provel. Don't feel like you're stuck with using only white cheddar, provolone and Swiss. Make your Provel with cheeses that you like best and omit anything you don't enjoy. I recommend using at least 3 cheeses in your mix for flavour. And goes on, there's a whole bunch of narrative as well. So the ingredients for this cheese, or it's actually a processed cheese, but that's okay. This is a traditional cheese from around, St. Louis apparently. And that's what it looks like in the cake tins. And that's what it looks like when it's unmolded. So I'm pretty sure this was inspired by my American cheese. And that's from what I remember last week. Somebody said it inspired them to make this cheese. So what it has, and this recipe, by the way, sorry, I should have mentioned it, is in my Discord, on my Discord server, and there's a link to the Discord server in the channel description if you want to go and find it. So, and then go look for cheese recipes, that channel. So it has 133 grams of Swiss and Emmental cheese, or Emmental, 133 grams of white cheddar, 133 grams of provolone, 60 grams of heavy cream, 12 grams of sodium citrate, which is an emulsifier, 5 grams of salt, and 3 to 4 drops of hickory liquid smoke. And then there's description on what you have to do to it. And that'll be in the recipe. So this is Provel cheese. So very cool. Thank you, House of Provel, for sending that through. I wish I knew your name. Yeah, that would be good. But I don't know, if you're in the chat, say g'day. All right, so the next cheese, this is from Jacqueline Welsh. And Jacqueline says, hi Gavin, I watched the show. Thanks for the great insight and advice on my cheeses. Just to give you more clarity on my comments, I always boil the herbs and spices, whether dry or fresh, before adding them to my cheese, like rosemary, chives, peppercorn, dried onion, garlic, chili flakes. I learned this safety process from watching you do it. I have a few more cheese pictures for you below. Okay, that's fantastic. She goes on to say, you may remember my buttermilk blue and its baby picture from my last submission. These are more recent pictures of the larger of the two, and it looks much better in my opinion. All I did was crack open the lid slightly for a little airflow, allowing the mold to grow. However, I won't know if it's too acidic tasting like the baby one was until I cut into it this weekend. Okay, there's a close-up here. There it is. extreme close-ups. Yes, so there is some vigorous mould growth there. All good mould by the looks of it. So you got a little bit of geo, the white. You got blue mould there, and that's blue mould dying off there, that colour there. So that's all good. Goes on to say, I definitely think I undersalted it, as you mentioned, making it acidic tasting. I guess there's nothing to change at this late stage. That's correct. It smells good though. Okay, that's very cool. Right, the next cheese. Right, so this one is a raclette I made. It was quite a small yield from 8 litres of milk. Should have used 10 litres as per your recipe. Anyway, it's doing fine. Smells very different than any other cheese I've made before. Yeah, it will. And after washing it, it looks very lightly orange-brown in colour. It's about 6 weeks old. Washing it weekly with a light salt brine. Do you think it looks okay? Yes, I do. I do think it looks okay. That's absolutely perfect. So, yeah, that's a good colour. Keep washing it. It will go a little bit white and then a little bit orange. The white's just from the salt as you use it. But yeah, make sure you keep it moist though. These washed rind cheeses certainly need to be moist, kept in a ripening box. Humidity up at about, let me think. Humidity up about 90%, I would think. Yeah, to keep it going. All right, this one here is Appenzeller. This is Appenzeller before it's washed. The wash was made up of a small amount of limoncello and herbed tea recipe I've got off Milk Slingers video. There you go, Jennifer. You're influential there. And below is after the wash. Okay, that's after the wash. There's a dark spot. It's not mould, as far as I can tell. It's a stain of the wash that somehow penetrated the rind. Okay. I will keep going, but keep a close eye on it in case it's a mould and I don't want it growing. It's 3 weeks old. I think it looks all right. Look, that happens. But yeah, keep washing, especially the Appenzellers. They do taste amazing once they're finished. Okay, so the next cheese from Jacqueline. This is a Cotswold made on the 26th of October. It has fresh garlic chives, dried onion and garlic flakes with some rosemary. All were boiled and patted dry before adding to the curds. Fantastic. Now, just to comment, the rind looks a little... It wasn't closed, so you haven't got a smooth rind there. So hopefully you're protecting this cheese as you're aging it, because the molds will tend to get into the cracks and it makes it difficult to wash. So hopefully you vacuum packed that now, or waxed it at the very least, because yeah, if it does get any mold growth on it, it's going to be hard to get it off. So it looks to me that the curds weren't warm enough during pressing, or at least the first pressing anyway, to make them consolidate into one bit. So that's just a tip. Other than that, the cheese will be fantastic once it's finished. So well done, Jacqueline. Okay, the next cheese, this one here, the next one is my current pride and joy, a Gruyere, made on October 5th. It was a great yield. I'm doing nothing to it except flipping it. I think it's happy in its ripening box, aging away. It does look good. And here's a close-up of the Gruyere rind. Yep, perfect. Long as it doesn't start cracking, just make sure you keep the humidity up in the ripening box. But that looks good so far. Now, with Gruyere, it may tend, as you age it and wash it occasionally, the rind tends to go brown. It's just one of those things with Gruyere. And it'll go brown and it'll look like it's got a little bit of powdery mold on top of it, but that's just the aging process for this cheese. So don't be alarmed if it does start to turn a little bit brown. It's not mold or anything, it's just the way it develops. All right, moving right along. Jennifer has some, Jacqueline has some more. Right, so below is a photo of a Havarti made on the 19th of October. It had a crack forming after a day of air drying. So I wrapped it up like this, tight as I could, by tying a knot, and let it air dry for one more day. And I said a little prayer. I'm hoping the mould doesn't get into the crack. For now, I placed it in a ripening box in the cheese fridge with this cloth bind. I'm not sure what to do next. Do you have any ideas for me? Yeah, if you do have vacuum seal it right now. Yeah, because if it's got a crack in it and it does get mould in the crack, then, and if it's blue mould, it'll go all the way through your cheese and it won't taste like Havarti anymore. So that is my recommendation. So vacuum pack that cheese if you can. Okay. Jacqueline's got lots of photos, by the way. Neil at the end, I think. This is Monterey Jack she cut into this past weekend. As you can see, it's developed lots of little mechanical holes. It tastes lovely. It is firm and melts very well. We had some for lunch. It was yum. That's all I have to send for now, Gav. Have a great weekend. Regards, Jacqueline. Now, I do have a comment about this cheese. See these little tiny holes here? That should not be so in a Monterey Jack. Now, the bigger holes, yeah, look, that'll happen due to pressing, but and it's not a very good picture. I have some concerns that this may be contaminated. So I don't know if I would eat it. Jacqueline, you said you already have. Hopefully you didn't get sick. But yeah, maybe it's just the picture, I don't know, but it looks like it's contaminated with coliform, which would, to me, and especially if it's spongy, if the cheese is spongy and it feels like, you press on it and it's spongy as all get out, then yeah, the chances are that the cheese is contaminated. Although it looks good, but once you closely look, there's all these tiny little air bubbles, which is a form of contamination. So I'm quite worried about that. So I did mention that in the email reply back to you. So anyway, moving right along. Other than that, it looks great. What's next? What's next? Now we've said that. Okay, all right. So here's a late contender. This is from Ruby and Ryan. And they've sent through this wonderful looking cheese here, very crumbly. It says, "Hi Gavin, this is a mango and ginger Wensleydale made with 10 litres of milk. We chopped and then vacuum packed the dried ginger and mango, then pressure cooked it." Huh? Following along your Wensleydale recipe during the making and pressed the cheese, which took days to make, and then after storing it away in the cheese fridge for 3 months, it turned out beautiful, and the mango and ginger complement each other. Right, so I'm struggling here. So we made it with 10. We chopped and then vacuum packed the dried ginger and mango, then pressure cooked it. Oh, okay. Oh, right, as a form of sanitization. Is that what you're doing? Must have done. All right. It turned out beautiful, and the mango and ginger complement each other. I would definitely recommend it again. P.S. Thinking in future, I will have to make smaller batches, as you can only eat so much cheese after giving so much away. Regards, Ruby and Ryan. Yeah, what you can do is put it into smaller cheese molds, and that way you can vacuum pack the smaller cheeses, give some of the smaller ones away, and eat what you have. So when I put these things into bigger molds, then yeah, you can. Oh, okay, like a sous vide, right? Now I understand, Jennifer. So yeah, so you can put it into small, especially this sort of cheese. You can put them into smaller molds. Make the same amount of curds and then put them in smaller molds, and then you can give them away and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll work. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the gallery today. Okay. Back to my head. Here we go. thank you so much for everybody who sent those submissions in. Been absolutely lovely. Let me just show you how to send me your photos. So how do you get my email address? That's a good question. Did you just ask that? Because here we are. Bloody hell, I need to put a button on my button machine and bring up this screen. Right, so what you do is you go to the Gavin Weber channel, and this bit here, do you want to become a curd nerd? Yep, of course you do. And then you click on that. You just click on it. This little hand comes up, see? Little hand. Or even on the links. It doesn't bloody matter. All right, and then you go down to here, more info, view email address. And I'm pretty sure you can only do this on desktop or a laptop. It'll work on a Chrome browser on a tablet, but it won't work on your phone, apparently. So yeah, view email address, just click here, and that's the email that you send all of your photos to. So please do that. If you've got any great cheeses that you made recently, shoot them through. I'd love to showcase them on the gallery every week. So very cool indeed. Thank you so much for sending those in. Alrighty, so is there more questions here we could do? I think Jennifer had a question somewhere here. Let's have a look. Jennifer's talking about, and we did this question around the Jarlsberg always be a washed curd, because she goes on to say that in Giannicholas Caldwell's book, she doesn't wash the curds in her Swiss cheese, which is different from most every other recipe. Okay. And then she goes on to say somewhere that she's made Caldwell's recipe twice with 0 holes. I've been racking my brain to figure out why. And the omission of the wash curd step is the answer I can come up with. Racking your brain. Righto. It's a low. The proper propionic shamani uses less. It doesn't like high acid cheeses. So yeah, that's probably what it was. I don't know. Let's just have a look. Which book we're talking about? Where is it? Mastering Artisan Cheesemaking. I think that's the book you're talking about, Jennifer. Is the one. Let's just have a look. What a Swiss recipe. Swiss, S for Swiss. On a good day. S, S, and W, S, 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 S. So many S's. S, W. Well, she doesn't call it that. What's she call? For eye development. No. Swiss cheese, there we go, page, pardon me, 274, 272, 274, fundamentals of making cheeses with eyes. Okay. Let me have a look. Have you read through the first bit? Hard cheese with small eyes. Semi-hard cheeses with large eyes. Okay. Semi-hard cheeses with large eyes. Do we wash the curds? No, but she's got pH targets to hit. Cut the curds, stir it. pH of 6.3. Press the curds into a mold. Yeah, she doesn't do a wash step, does she? Let's have a look at the hard cheese with small eyes, which is like Gruyere or Comté or Beaufort. Yeah, they will have very small eyes. Does she have? Doesn't have any propionic shamani. No, she doesn't. What about in the other recipe? Does she have propionic shamani? Yes, she does. Okay. Alright, so yeah, it is a bit strange. It's very strange indeed, actually. Because my Jarlsberg recipe has a washed curd step. Yeah, okay. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Yeah. All right. So Carolyn has a question. Oh, House of Provel says I also just go by the House of Provel. Okay, right. So there's no other name. All right. Thank you for your photos too. They were lovely, and the description. I put the recipe in the Discord under cheese recipes, so anybody can use it if they want to, and join the Discord. So Carolyn says, "Hi Gain." What? Hi Gain. Yeah, that's me. I'm always loud. I often see the addition of cream to recipes like the fake camembert, but can't purchase any without thickeners. Any suggestions? Suggestions are you're not looking hard enough. Supermarkets aren't the only place that you can buy this sort of stuff. Some health food stores, some suppliers make cream without any additives. There's quite a few. Let me think. What's the last? Paul's do a pure cream. It's called Pure. You can get it in the supermarket. It has nothing else in it except cream. Inglenook Dairy does cream without any thickeners in it, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Have a look around where you are, Carolyn. Do a couple of Google searches. Don't just rely on what's on the supermarket shelves. There are other alternatives, as in other producers that produce these creams. Yeah, health food stores. Good suggestion, Patricia, because those thickeners don't do anything for the cheese making process. Anthony made it. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks, mate. Well done. Charlie Donaldson has also turned up, as has Akosia up in the Arctic Circle. Very nice. In Norway? Is that right? Did I get it right? Okay. Patricia says, I retired yesterday. Yay, congratulations. I semi-retired. I don't know if I'll ever fully retire, but the job I've got is my job. I'm self-employed, semi-retired. Certainly don't make enough money in that I actually have to tell the tax man anymore. So yeah, kind of retired. No more work for me. The folks in the office told me not to be a stranger and come back, visit now and again, especially if I bring my cheese. Indeed. Well done, Patricia, and congratulations. More time to make cheese and gardening and all that sort of stuff. It's a bit cold, though, for gardening. Murray says your address doesn't show on an iPad. Are you using Chrome or the native Safari browser? Let me know. If it doesn't work on an iPad, that's fine. Just use a browser, desktop, what have you. And if worse goes to worse, you can always go to Little Green Workshops and send me an email there. Use the contact page if you're desperate. Okay, right. So pages. Jennifer says, I think you're supposed to move really fast if not watching curds, and I thought I was moving fast. As in moving fast through the recipe and not letting the acid build up. So yeah, she's got a pH marker hit of 6.4, which is really low. Really high. No, let me get it right. Really low acidification. So it's more towards neutral, right? Before she puts it into the mold. So she's trying not to develop too much acid initially, which would certainly help any propionic shamani that you add to it. So, yeah, that's my thoughts anyway. Murray said, it's been great having two amazing cheesemakers today. You and Jennifer, the milk slinger, watching both of you, or you that inspired me to start making cheese. Thank you for the videos. Thank you very much. No problems at all, Murray, I hope. Jennifer gets the same kick out of the same kick out of producing her video. I'd had a brain fart then. Jeez. Milsley, your recipe is the one that worked for me. That'll teach me from straying from the path. Ah, very nice, very nice. And Anthony reminds everybody there's a good set of books from a guy in Australia named something Webering or something. I can't remember. You're a funny man. Yeah, Keep Calm and Make Cheese. That's the books. Keep Calm and Make Cheese, or Keep Calm and Make More Cheese. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Anthony. And may I remind people that you can still purchase my ebooks over at where the heck is it? It's not the Curd Nerd newsletter. Here it is. Can we copy this link? This is at courses. Where's the button? There we go. Courses.littlegreenworks. It's not the best landing page, I'm afraid. But you can get the books, you get the bundle. There are the ebook versions anyway, and you can print them out or whatever. I've got to get off my buttocks and print off some of my bound ones, which we can do. Let's just go and have a look at the books. What are they worth these days? Both at a 15% discount. My lord, right? $36.45 US, and you get both ebooks. Apparently, you get the knowledge of the chief Curd Nerd himself. Oh, so you get both books. You get Keep Calm, Make Cheese, Keep Calm, Make More Cheese. So yeah, go and check that out if you're up for it. And can I put the link in? Hang on, no, what's the link to the books? To the bundle, Gav. The bundle, not that page. Take that away, put that in there. There's the bundle if you're interested. And you'll get all the cheesy knowledge, allegedly. So they say. All right, cool. What else do we say? Norway. Hey, I got it. I remembered. See, I remember my Curd Nerds. Anthony says a cooler name for the House of Provel would be the Chateau de Provel. Very cool. If you want to up your sales, that'd get very French, very nice. Even though provolone is Italian, and the cheddar and the Swiss are also, so it's a 3-country cheese, but it's made in St. Louis. So there you go. Crazy. Jennifer says correct, not letting the pH develop. Okay, for the cheeses with eyes, yes, indeed. Jennifer, come on, stop it with all those praises. You know I'm a humble man, very bashful. Anyway, he'll sign them. Yes, I do sign books when I print them. I sign the printed ones. If you ask, always ask. Murray says I use Safari. I think I found your address by other means, but for others who are looking for it, they might have difficulty. Okay, so desktop, laptop, use a browser. You're laughing. You'll find the address. Okay, that's it. Curd Nerds. That's it for today. Oh, Rich. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, thanks, my cheese heroes. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, that's it for today. I think Curd Nerds. We've hit the time. What I can do, apparently. Hang on, let me just do this, because I love yous all. Those who don't have a membership, we're just about to just grab one. I'm sending out 5 free memberships right now. There we go. It should hit the chat about now. There you go. And you should automatically pick those up if you've got them selected. So congratulations to the following. Tyler McBride, Honk Honk Silly Goose, Faith RV's Trip, Hannah and Meatball. All those lurkers have picked up a free membership to the channel, where they'll get early access to that means finish. free access, early access to videos. There will be one out this week, which is great. You also get your name in lights in chats. You also get a lovely little icon next to your name on how long you've been a member as well. Plus, you'll get some behind-the-scenes photos and stuff like that. So that's the sort of thing you get from YouTube memberships. And thank you so much, everybody. Now, what else? There is a feature on YouTube that converts the stream as it is now for everybody, for the public, and then it converts it to members only. Not to be confused with OnlyFans, all right? There'll be none of that around here. So it can convert it. So I have been toying with the idea. I don't have enough time today. I've got to go and film, make breakfast first, and then film the rest of the marinated goat's cheese. So maybe next week I'm thinking that we'll go an extra half an hour just with members. So that would be good fun, I think. Throw a thought in the chat if you think that's a great idea. If not, then yeah, just don't put anything in there. But thank you so much. I've got to flog all the stuff now. So don't forget, if you do want to learn how to make cheese in a structured manner, pop over to the Curd Nerd Academy at courses.littlegreenworkshops.com.au. I think we had a couple of students this week sign up, which is fantastic. If you want to get cheese making supplies to most countries, littlegreenworkshops.com.au. We sell kits, supplies, molds, you name it, all the stuff, all the cheese making stuff. Unfortunately, we don't ship to the US and Puerto Rico because it is not cost effective for us at the moment due to the tariffs. So you can buy most of the stuff that I have in the store in an Amazon store link, which I get a small commission that goes towards supporting the channel. That's down in the description below. It'll say Gavin's Amazon shop. Go and check that out. I've got most products to make the same cheeses that I make. And don't forget, you can also pick up stuff at my merch store. Where is the merch store? It's looking good, as always. Where the heck is it? Merch. I was looking for a button then. I've got to put it on there. Right, so this is the merch store where you can buy all the products. Check out all the merch. And if you're loving the cow, talk curdy to me. Keep calm, make cheese shirts. Happiness is a full cheese fridge. Curd Nerd. G'day, Curd Nerds. Stay fresh cheese bags. You got the certified Curd Nerd apron with this lovely young man sporting it there. And we got the certified Curd Nerd hat. We got the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. Very nice indeed. That looks stylish or what? So go and check that out. That's at merch.cheeseman.tv. And I think there's some merch selected on YouTube that you can go and click on if you want. But other than that, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds. Appreciate your time and all that sort of stuff. And thank you so much for the questions and the photos to keep the show going. So let's keep going. We'll hit 1 million subscribers one day. We're up to 351,000 after 16 years on YouTube. So we're doing all right. So thanks very much for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.